Try to make a recording. Okay, so now I have the recording thing going, so I'm going to test it out. Excuse me. And hopefully I can make the recording of a video like thing and put it on YouTube. This is going to be a quick video because I didn't read the article. I wanted to read it with you guys first. But this Dragonflight preview, more on professions, I just glanced at the length of the article and it's fairly short. So, but that's okay. And we're going to go over it together. I'm going to read it and we're going to get some thoughts and stuff like that and all the fun stuff. So that'll work. Okay. So just to let you guys know, Alpha dropped today. Today's July 14th. Excuse me. Alpha dropped today, and there was a slew of information on MMO Champion. I tend to go there because it seems to be the place where things gather. Like I can just quickly glance at a distance at all the different types of posts that get picked up by their blue tracker instead of going to the official Blizzard forum myself and just constantly spamming search or something like that. MMO Champion is a little bit easier. So I tend to do that. But then when I read it, I tend to go to the original article and then do it because I want to get my own thoughts. I mean, it's fine looking at other people's thoughts and stuff like that, but I want my initial impression first. So with that said, let's start reading this preview. Let's see. Excuse me. Dragonflight preview, more on professions. In this preview, the World of Warcraft development team shares more on the new profession updates and shows off some of the new crafting stations and equipment becoming available in Dragonflight. Crafting stations in Dragonflight. Upon entering the Dragon Isles, you will find new crafting stations for crafting professions that don't currently have them, which includes all crafting professions with the exception of cooking and blacksmithing. Well, that kind of makes sense because blacksmithing, you need a forge, not a station. And cooking, you need a kitchen, not a station. It's not like, jewel crafting where you need a table and, fantasy wise. My fantasy wise, anyway. You need a table and, like, I don't know, a, not a pickaxe. I can't think of jewel craft, like tweezers or something, and some jewels. But all that stuff can be sat on a table. Blacksmithing, you need like a forge and sundering and stuff like that. And cooking, you need like pots and stuff like that. So fantasy wise, that kind of makes sense to me that it does not have a quote unquote station. Even though in other MMOs, I think pretty much all crafting is like at a station or something, which is fine for other MMOs. But I guess they're going with their philosophy and goal and fantasy um, desires. And that's fine. Just my little comment. The goal for these stations is to help increase the immersion and immersion and fantasy of your chosen professions, and enhance the social experience. There's a little video here. Let's check it out. Let's see if I wonder if that's gonna play. Okay, I don't hear anything, and that clearly looks like engineering. Engineering is like the lamest profession ever. It's just terrible for gold making. It makes gold, but for me, it's like I remember back in BFA, I made some gold with engineering. There was like a weapon or two. I made some nice coin. I put it on Excel spreadsheet and looked at how much I made over time. I forgot it was a lot too. But other than that, it was like it's pretty poo poo. Wait, is that engineering? Yeah, that is engineering. There it says right there. I thought it was engineering. And this is enchanting. Let's check out the graphics effect here. It's like a book and like a staff wand casting thing and some visuals going on, and we got uh the book of course, and got like a globe. What do you call those things? The spear. Can you see my mouse? Oh, you can. The spear globe. I forgot. Like a crystal ball. Duh. I've forgotten. Oh, and then this is jewel crafting. See, if I was just talking about jewel crafting, like, yeah, magnifying glass, like stuff that would fit in a station. If the stations looked a little bit different, that would be okay. Like, they all had the same kind of like aesthetic. Like, I want the engineering station to look drastically different from the enchanting station. I mean, it does look different, but it's just first impression. My first impression, not different enough. Like, look at the enchanting. You got the purple backdrop, purple cloth here, and you got the little thing that the cloth sits on in the book. And look at this. You got the purple backdrop, and you got the blue backdrop, and you got the blue thing here, and what it sits on is basically the same thing. It could look a little different. Like, I don't know, it could look different because that looks identical to that, except it's a different color and it's got a book there instead of a jewel. It could have been a little bit more creative. But anyway, with those goals, with those goals in mind, much like for blacksmithing, most new Dragon Isle crafting recipes will require you to be at these new crafting stations. You will find many of them scattered throughout the regions of the Dragon Isles for your convenience during leveling. Sorry, I have a overlay on my screen that you guys can't see, and it's kind of interfering with reading. Once you reach the main city of Valdraken, you will find a large profession hub which includes all the crafting stations, as well as vendors and trainers. The Artesian Consortium also has crafting order representatives located in the city and has even convinced some auction house representatives to set up shop in the area as well. What? So there's an auction house in DragonFlight? What? Excuse me. I was coughing. But there's gonna, I guess, be an auction house in the Dragonflight, that's been a long time since there's been an auction house in the new expansion pack. I don't know. I can't remember. I play off and on for so many years that it all gets kind of muddled. You should find this profession hub to be vibrant with the commerce of buying, selling, and crafting. Sure. Finally, recognizing that many alchemists may wish to craft fresh potions of the concoction on the spot for their allies, the engineers of the Dragon Isles have invented remote crafting tables for alchemists to use. Don't worry, they very rarely explode. Sure, things go boom boom with engineering. What's this video? Okay, we got a portable crafting station. That makes sense for alchemists because potions, a little volatile. And you got to mix them up, and you want to do it, not have to run all the way back in order to make a damn potion. That makes sense for convenience and the fantasy, I guess, but definitely for convenience. I'm definitely getting that portable alchemy station. With the introduction of quality to crafting and gathering, there will be some additional pressure on bag space due to items of different crafting qualities not stacking. To offset this increase in bag space, we are making several inventory updates regarding professions. First, we are excited to introduce a brand new type of bag, the reagent bag. That's not a brand new type of bag. They've introduced the reagent bag before. It was called something different, but there was a cooking bag, there was a jewel crafting bag, there was a wait a minute. They said reagent bag. Whatever, my point still stands. There's been bags for professions before. They were just lame. They weren't even bigger than the normal bag. No, they were slightly bigger than the normal bag, but only by a couple slots. And there was no reason to get the profession bags because it was only bigger by a couple of slots, and you could only put profession stuff in there. Why use that? And I could have a regular bag minus two slots and put anything in there. That literally made no sense. Blizzard in their infinite wisdom. Maybe they'll do better with reagent bags. I'm already skeptical because they kind of dropped the ball on that before. Reagent bag can only hold reagents, following the same rules for what can go in a reagent bank. See, the reagent bank is good. I like the reagent bank because you just click one button and it dumps everything in there, which is very useful to me. What is particularly special about these bags is that they will have their own new dedicated bag slot. In other words, once you get your hands on a reagent bag during your adventure of Dragon Isles, you will have a large amount of additional inventory space to devote to your gathered and crafted reagents. In addition to this new reagent only bag, we are also increasing the maximum stack size for most crafted and gathered items in DragonFlight. Our current plan is for the gathered reagents to stack up to 1,000, up from 200. Yeah, that's very welcome there. I'm with that because when I buy, even when I buy, I guess reagents like from the vendor, like I need some pieces in order to craft something. I don't buy 200 at a time. I buy 1,000 or two at a time because I'm crafting a lot. So even for me, 1,000 is a little short. If it stacked up to 5,000, that would be great. But I'll take 1,000 because at least that's better than 200. For most crafted consumable items, will stack up to 200, up from 20. That's huge. So instead of so when I make potions, they won't stack to 20 because that's really lame. Especially for files, I think they're calling them, because those are half the like longevity of a flask. So you're gonna probably carry twice as many because it only lasts like a half hour or something like that. Something an alchemist can make. So that's generous from 20 to 200. But the reagents from 200 to 1,000, that needs to be 5,000. Oh, excuse me. We think these two changes will offset the added inventory space that the items with quality will introduce. But where is this reagent only bag going to be in the interface? Let me reread this. I guess it goes in the regular slot where the bags go. So I get to lose a bag. But I'm going to be maining crafting. So I'm fine with losing the bag. Not really, but if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. Prospecting and milling updates. As part of the profession's revamp, we are streamlining how prospecting and milling works. With this update, you will soon find new milling and prospecting recipes in each expansion specific version of alchemy and jewel crafting that you know. For example, you will find a recipe for Shadowlands prospecting if you were to look at Shadowlands jewel crafting recipes. What? But we're talking about, they said that, let me reread this before I say. These recipes will allow you to select which herb or you wish to mill prospect from that expansion. Then select create or create all to consume as many or as few of them as you want with a single click. With this profession revamp, before I'm going any further, I suppose, I thought they were saying that they were not going to go back to previous expansion packs and implement things because it would be too far, too much, too large of a scope with this major revamp. But maybe this is small enough so where it doesn't upset their plans or whatever. I guess. Search 5 Dragon Owls ore for precious gems. Excuse me. This will destroy the ore in the process. Prospecting 5. Difficulty 100. Why do you need crafting skill to prospect? I don't get that. But it's just a mock-up. I know. You also find a basic version of milling and prospecting where you directly target a stack of reagents is gone, replaced by a more convenient means of milling and prospecting. They said they were going to do it at this time, go back into previous expansion packs to like update or add things. But this is a small thing. As long as it doesn't, interfere with the grand plan, then that's fine, I guess. Profession equipment. As part of our update to professions, we are expanding the concept of professions equipment beyond fishing rods and inventory items like blacksmithing hammers. In the new system, most professions have 3 slots for equipment. I was kind of hoping for more slots. I was hoping for like actual gear, like a chess piece. Like, let's take a blacksmith before I go any further. Let's take a blacksmith. Like, a blacksmith needs to wear like an apron, like a real life blacksmith. They need to wear like a heat protection apron, and they need those welder's gloves, and they need a hammer and a pickaxe. Yeah, something like that. And they need like the glasses. No, wait, that's welding. Well, anyway, they need glasses, like to protect. They need a face shield to protect themselves. I'm still thinking about welding. I'm getting welding and blacksmithing confused. But anyway, I bet they need similar equipment. I was thinking about stuff like that and special shoes. Like the better your shoes are at, the more comfortable you feel with your crafting skill, and it can increase your skill level. See where I'm going there? See where I'm going? That could be more interesting than just 3 slots. I really was expecting like a full set of equipment. I'm a little disappointed. 1 tool slot and 2 accessory slots. These slots provide a dedicated place to put your professional equipment. You will no longer need to keep your hammer in your inventory if you're a blacksmith, or switch your weapon with your fishing rod when you want to fish. These items will already be equipped. Yeah, okay. New professional equipment and Dragon Isles will also provide profession bonuses, usually in the form of new crafting and gathering stats. In addition to the bonuses it provides, excuse me, most pieces of equipment can show on your character, letting you look the part of your profession. When you perform a profession related action, your character will visually swap into his profession equipment, then switch back again upon entering combat. See? That looks like, oh, that's jewel crafting. This is jewel crafting stuff. But that this right here, if you see, do you see my mouse on the thing? Yeah, you can. This like the vest, the heat proof vest that a blacksmith wears is something similar to these overalls here. Well, at least the top portion anyway. Maybe. Like I'm talking about real life blacksmithing. But that's clearly jewel crafting equipment. Plus it has a jewel crafters thing here, and we got excuse me, magnifying glass and some random jewel crafter wrench tool, whatever. And this is engineering because they got the eye thing going on. That's pretty classic for engineering. Oh wait, it's not engineering. It's jewel crafting. But the eye thing is definitely classic for engineering. I was wrong, but it's still jewel crafting. Okay, whatever. So this is mining because there's a pickaxe and there's a shovel, and there's a box where you put the things in. And this is still mining. I like the candle on the hat. That's pretty cool. For the time being, Transmod will not be supported with professional equipment, keeping the visuals display directly connected with what you have equipped. We recognize that more types of equipment are discovered over time. That sounds fun. There will be almost certainly be a desire for Transmod support with this equipment as well. Recrafting and artisans metal. Recrafting allows you to take Dragon Isle's crafted gear and take another shot at crafting it. It requires the original item, a subset of the original tradable reagents that went into it, plus in Dragon Isle's crafting, a special profession earned reagent known as Artisan's Metal, an invaluable agent with a myriad of uses, including for recrafting Dragon Isle's crafted equipment. Recrafting allows you to add, remove, or change out optional reagents in the gear. Any optional reagents that are replaced or removed will be destroyed in the process. It allows you to raise the quality of the gear further if you can craft it at a higher skill than when it was originally made. This is always a risk-free operation. You can never make the item worse when recrafting. Yeah, that would kind of suck, even if you craft it with lower skill. That isn't to say the quality cannot go down, since changing our optional reagents can result in a higher recipe difficulty. But if you remove more difficult optional reagent, the quality will always maintain at least the quality it was at before. That sounds confusing. The quality cannot go down since changing, even if you craft at a lower scale. That isn't to say the quality, I don't know, whatever. They're still working it out. That's a little confusing to me. As mentioned above, artesian metal is required for recrafting. This reagent is sold by and can only be earned in limited quantities through various crafting and gathering activities. That means that you're going to pay me for that. That's all that means. During a crafting order, either the customer or crafter can provide it. Yeah, if I'm providing it, you're paying. Besides its use in recrafting, artesian metal also has various other profession-centric uses. Some of these are for crafting high-end professional equipment, a finishing reagent that increases skill when used, and some other profession benefiting consumables. This means that artesian metal is highly valuable to anyone with professions, and you'll want to be judicious with how you choose to use it. Yeah, I'm charging you. I don't care. I don't have to be that judicious. The goal decides that because I'm in it to win it. We hope you've enjoyed learning about more professions and crafting in Dragon Isles. We look forward to hearing your thoughts. Please note, as with anything in development, this is still a work in progress, and some aspects may change as development progresses. Thank you, and we'll see you in Azeroth. Okay, that was a quick, short video. That was only 20 minutes. That's fine. So, there wasn't really too much to glean from this preview. It wasn't as detailed as the last one, because the last one took 3 times as long to read. But more information in the future. It's only the first day of the alpha. I'm pretty sure they're going to be dropping details every day. But a little more information on professions is a little more information that's fun. So I'll repost this video and on YouTube, and I guess I'll end the stream for now, just so I can get a whole VOD. Makes it easier to like post to YouTube because I have problems with the video. That's why I'm trying recording the video like separately. Well, still in Streamlabs, but separately from I forgot what I was gonna say. But anyway, I'm trying to like make it so that I don't seem so tacky when I post it on YouTube. It's all a work in progress, just like professions. So I'll end the stream for now. I'll probably come back in like 20-30 minutes, let my buddy know what's going on, and try and post this on YouTube. See you guys in Azeroth. Later.